Good afternoon. Welcome to the Recovering Perfectionist Mama Grace in Progress podcast. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Happy to have you. Just to give you a little bit of information about me, I'm a women's lifestyle creator on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, covering topics such as parenting and marriage, other relationships, as well as fitness and nutrition, health and wellness, beauty and supplements, in addition to self-empowerment, self-improvement, productivity, habits, essentially leveling up. And so I'm kind of a big dork, so I like to share information that I learn about different topics and potentially arm you with that information if it's an area that you're struggling with. Maybe it can help you level up, show your children what's possible, and that be part of your legacy, potentially my legacy, I hope at one point. So what could be better? So today we're going to talk about the mental load reset, how to stop carrying it all. You don't have to be the family's project manager, therapist, and everything in between. Welcome back to the Recovering Perfectionist Mama Grace in Progress podcast, where we talk about motherhood, marriage, mindset, and the messy middle, and how to do it all without losing yourself. Today's episode is called The Mental Reset, How to Stop Carrying It All. And this makes me chuckle because I think of how many times I go upstairs and go around and I'm holding everything by a thread and by a hope and a prayer that I am not going to drop some glass monstrosity and have to worry about cleaning it up, and then people get glass in their feet for several weeks, And then I also think, man, how helpful would it be to have like another arm, another appendage hanging out, so if something dropped, you just grab it like that, right? Anyone else think of that, or am I just weird? Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. So yes, we do carry a lot, and we're always hoping on a hope and a prayer that things do not slip out of our hands or slip out of our control. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. And the truth is, so many women are walking around with invisible backpacks of responsibility. Do you have your invisible backpack on? We remember the school forms, the doctor's appointments, the emotional check-ins, and the birthdays. So I will say, I get rid of some of that because I am homeschooled, so I have other responsibilities. But still, just all that going on is just crazy. Case in point, I literally needed a new All About Spelling workbook, level 5. And I went to 8 books, and I know for a fact that I checked that one because it was a good price. And I ended up with a duplicate of an All About Reading storybook, which I already had. So I know for a fact that I didn't order that. It was really frustrating. So I was putting off going and looking at the refund policy because it was another thing, on my to-do list that I really didn't want to do. So I'm probably going to commit myself right now to saying that I'm going to do it today because they do have a 30-day refund policy if the seller accepts. And it's an original condition, which is what I was given. So hopefully I can do that and get the book that I actually need, right? It's like the little things that become big things. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. We're the glue that holds it all together, but who holds us? Today we're talking about how to reset your mental load with real-life strategies to delegate, simplify, and start living without the constant hum of overwhelm. The invisible weight. The mental load isn't just about tasks. It's about thinking about the tasks, the cognitive and emotional labor that never ends. Case in point, me thinking about 8 books, right? I know it sounds silly to some. It sounds like I'm being nitpicky, but it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back at certain points. You know what I mean? Things I don't want to have to do, extra things I don't really want to do. It's knowing everyone's schedule, remembering everyone's needs, anticipating problems before they happen. And the kicker, it's invisible. It's usually invisible. The world calls it multitasking. I call it survival mode with mascara on. But the truth is, carrying it all doesn't make you capable. It makes you exhausted. Signs you're carrying too much. You might be carrying an overloaded mental load if you feel irritable over small things. You can't fall asleep because your brain is too busy now making lists. You're constantly resentful, but you don't want to seem ungrateful because you do love your family, you do love your spouse, you do love your life, but it's just a lot sometimes. You dread being asked what's for dinner. You've forgotten what mental silence feels like. If that's you, this episode is your permission slip to let go. The mental load reset framework. Let's reset it practically, not perfectly. Dump it out. Get everything in your head out. Use paper, voice notes, or an app. Your brain is not a storage unit. 2, divide the weight. Some of it can be shared. Ask your partner, what parts of this can you own? And mean it. Release the control that says it won't be done right. Delete what doesn't matter. You don't have to do everything you're capable of. Ask what actually matters this week. 4, delegate and detach. Delegation without detachment is still control. When you hand something off, trust it's handled. Daily mental margin. Build mental white space, 10 minutes of no input time each day. No noise, no lists, no guilt, just being. Rebuilding self-worth without overdoing. Sometimes we carry too much because we believe our worth is measured by how much we hold. But you're not valuable because you do it all. You're valuable because you exist. When you start letting go, you're not failing your family, you're teaching them balance. Integration and reflection. Here's a reflection prompt. What am I carrying that no one asked me to hold? Affirmation. I can rest without guilt. I am supported even when I ask for help. Challenge. Delegate one recurring task this week, even if it's small. Then celebrate the peace that follows. In closing, you don't have to hold it all together. You don't need to earn your rest. You just need to allow it. Remember, Mama, your strength isn't in how much you carry. It's in knowing when to set it down. You don't have to be your family's project manager, therapist, and emotional barometer. We discussed this week about doing a mental load reset so you can stop carrying everything and start living lighter. Here's your call to action, guys. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it in your stories, and tag at Recovering Perfectionist Mama on Instagram or TikTok with one thing you're choosing to let go of this week. Then write this on your mirror. I am not holding it all anymore. I'm holding what matters. Once again, I want to say thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope that you'll come back and see us again soon. And I hope that everyone has a great day. Bye-bye.